Hi everyone, I'm Terry.
And I'm Angel.
And we have an unbelievable show for you today. One of my favorites, and I cannot wait to share it.
Yes, absolutely. We are going to make a raw chili, and I'm also going to tell you how to make it warm and more of a whole food plant-based. It's all whole food plant-based, but a warm, so raw meal, and how to make it also a warm meal. So we got it covered.
And let me share. So when Angel first said we were going to have chili, raw chili, of course, I didn't ask any questions. I just waited. I peeked in the kitchen a few times. I didn't ask any questions because I knew it was going to be amazing. And I got to tell you, I was blown away. And I was like, babe, we're going to eat it warm. We're going to eat it cold. She was like, it's raw, Terry. We're going to eat it cold. I'm like, okay, all right.
Room temp.
Room temp.
Yeah.
I said, okay. And again, I was just blown away. So this is an amazing recipe. I can't wait to share it with you. And I think you're going to really like it.
Great. Thank you, honey. Well, with that introduction, how can we go wrong? All right, we're going to start with the raw chili. I write all my recipes down in here because I can't remember anything.
Well, there's a lot of ingredients.
There is a lot of ingredients. So here we go. We're going to start with 4 cups of tomatoes. You do want to chop this because you are going to eat, this way. So chop everything to the way that you like it. I'm not stuck on one kind or another, but anyway, 1 chopped red bell pepper, 1 chopped orange bell pepper. That's what we use. You can use any color you like. So basically 2 chopped bell peppers, okay? So we got tomatoes, we got bell peppers, and I have 2 large or 3 medium celery ribs. I'm sorry, honey. Diced. Thank you. So some diced celery.
Yep.
So all kinds of good stuff going in here.
Too many things to remember.
Yes.
Too many things to remember.
1 small onion diced. So this happens to be a Vidalia onion, but use whatever kind of onion. If you like the other onion, use the other onion. Just put 1 small onion in here. Or not really. It was kind of medium-ish,
medium.
right?
Medium
2 small zucchini, just diced up. They were probably more like medium zucchini, but we like it, so small to medium. Every recipe is like ish,
right.
Do what you like. And then either 1 cup of frozen corn, or here I cut 3 ears of corn, and I just cut the corn right off the thing. So that's probably a lot more than a cup, but we really like corn.
Love corn. Love corn. Fresh corn.
It's fresh corn, just cut right off the cob. So that's delicious. And 4 cloves of minced garlic. Yum. When you're eating raw, if you're like me, you love garlic, and so you put it in like you're not eating raw. So you do have to back off of the garlic a little bit, because when you're eating it raw, it's really, really pungent.
It is.
So and
I'm just, as you're saying that, I'm smelling all the different aromas. The garlic and the everything that we've put in here. It's just unbelievable.
That's awesome. Thank you. And then cilantro to taste. So however much cilantro you want to taste. If you don't like cilantro, put parsley in. Yeah. If you don't like cilantro or parsley, leave it out. And I would put 3 large dates chopped, so 3 large medjool dates. This is one of Terry's favorite parts. It adds something to this. It does not make the chili sweet. It just
sweetens.
It adds something.
It adds something to it, and you're right. It adds a different level, a different flavor. Kind of brings out the other flavors. It is sweet though.
We like
but
it.
I really love it.
So you can either use 1 7-ounce can of diced chilies you buy in the store, drain them and dump them in here. Or if you don't have any, just chop any chili that you like. This is about 1/3 of a cup. So whatever kind of chili that you like, to give it a little heat.
Chili peppers.
Yeah, chili peppers.
Chili peppers.
I'm sorry,
I'm
calling them chili.
That's all right.
So, thank you. A 7-ounce can works great, though. The little green chilies you buy diced up in sort of the international aisle. They work really nice. So here's what I did with the seasoning mix. So that's all the ingredients. And then the seasoning mix is 1 tablespoon of chili powder. I was just questioning if I'd put more than that because I like chili powder. I'm sorry, that's why I paused. I'm like, did I put more than that? No, I didn't. 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of salt-free Southwest seasoning, 2 teaspoons of salt-free Southwest sweet and spicy, so you get some of those different Southwest flavors, 1 teaspoon of salt-free taco seasoning. The reason I use a salt-free taco seasoning is because it has a little bit of cumin in it, and I don't really love cumin, so I don't really add it, but it has that cumin part, and all mixed together, it's fine. And then 1 teaspoon of salt-free barbecue rub. You can use it or not. It's not really that important. I add it because Terry does like a little bit of that sweet taste.
Yes.
And then either a pinch of salt if you like. If you're salt-free, a splash of tamari, or leave it out. That's all optional. So
Absolutely.
that was my seasoning.
And one thing to mention, and Angel found this out, with some of the like chili seasonings, some of them have gluten. Right, babe?
Yep.
So this is gluten-free.
Yes.
So Angel made her own, seasoning to put into the chili.
Yes.
But, just be careful if you're gluten-free. A lot of people may not realize that, the chili seasoning, that you buy in the packet, that's salt-free, it still has gluten.
That's such an important point, honey, and thank you for making that because I didn't know, and I mean, I found that a while ago, but when I looked, I thought, oh my goodness, because, I've told you before, my son's celiac, and especially even if without that, if you're trying to eat gluten-free, there's sometimes those little hidden wheat and things that you don't even know, like
Right.
Terry's saying, and it's a salt-free chili seasoning that
Right.
actually has wheat in it. So that was a great call out.
Right, absolutely.
So
oh man, look at this. Look
So
at
what
this.
I do
Amazing.
is I just mix it all together to get the ingredients just covering, and it is smelling
Look at that.
really delicious.
Deliciousness.
It's really smelling delicious. That's for 2 people. We're pretty pathetic. No. So I got to tell you that this, and now we're going to turn it into chili. I love this leftover. I'm telling you, I'll eat it for like 3 days, and it just gets better and better and better and better. And the cool thing is you just take it out and assemble it and eat
Unbelievable.
it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half of this. So just kind of eyeball it up, what's half. And I'm going to take half of this, and I'm going to put it in the blender. Half on the counter, half in the blender, because that's how we do in our house.
Live show here, folks. Live show here, folks.
Thank goodness we don't mind cleaning.
I know you guys don't mind either, right?
Yes. So we'll put half of this in here, and then I'm going to blend it up until it's smooth. And this is where the love comes together,
Yes.
and the miracle comes together, and just,
Yes.
oh, yes, there's chili there. So that's about half. And then we are going to put it on here. Attach our lid. It has plenty of water from all the veggies and everything. And then just blend it up till it's smooth. Okay, it only takes a few seconds. You
That's
don't
it.
need much time.
That's it.
And so as you can see, it's sort of smooth and creamy. And then you just dump it back in here.
And that gives you that.
Sort of that chili.
Chili.
You know how chili is like a soup?
Yes.
Like a thick soup when you get
Yes.
it on your plate and it's nice and hearty?
Yes.
Well, we just took all that and made it into chili. And if you can see, now I just stir sort of that creamy
It smells
part.
so
It does.
good.
Those fresh veggies
Oh,
don't,
so good.
you can't beat the fresh vegetables in here.
Right.
And now you see how it's kind of soupy, but still really hearty,
Yes.
like a chili. And it
Yes.
has all these wonderful flavors now truly mixed together because we blended half of it. So it's just, I just want to get a spoon and eat out of this bowl
Unbelievable.
because the smell is incredible. So
Let
there
me
we
hold
go.
it up so you guys can see it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Thank you, honey.
Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing?
Delicious. Okay, so now we'll set this aside. So the base of the chili is done. So now we want to get really creative here, and we want to make sort of a meat for our chili. So we're gonna start the meat, if you will. A lot of chili meats that are raw obviously are made with eggs, gosh, no, nuts. They're made with nuts. So I made a recipe because walnuts are great for meat. They're fabulous. But what I did is I put half walnuts and half sunflower seeds. So just less fat, less calories. And I've tried it all walnuts. I've tried it half and half, and I've tried it all sunflower seeds. And Terry has never known the difference of any of them. So I'm here to tell you, yeah, I'm here to tell you that they're all wonderful. He's like, oh, that's that meat again. That's that meat again.
And it is delicious. So to your point, if you have a nut allergy, like we were saying before, if you have a nut allergy, then you can do all sunflower seeds.
All sunflowers. But for this show, I said, let me do half and half just to show you can do half. So whatever you want. It's 1 cup of walnuts or 1 cup of sunflower seeds or a half a cup of walnuts and a half a cup of sunflower seeds. Okay. 1 cup of whatever you want, okay? Right. And then I put a 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes. And I like to use the food processor for this because you can just pulse it and it makes it nice. I've tried it in the bullet, it works fine, but it gets stuck a little bit. So you gotta play with it more in the bullet. So I just kind of like it better here. And for just the only wet ingredients is 1 teaspoon of tamari and 1 teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar. So I use the tamari for the salt component, plus tamari is really, really good in this meat. So I really like it. And then all of my spices, a half a teaspoon of chili powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt or a splash of tamari. So I'm just going to use the tamari that I put in there. So that's optional. A 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. So however much you like. An 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. Boom.
Wow. That's a lot in that little dish.
Yeah, but it's a 1/4 of this and an 1/8 of that.
Yeah.
It's really not that much. Yeah. And so that's it for the meat. Put this on, and then I'm just gonna pulse it a couple times, and you're gonna see it come together really quick. Here we go. So it's just about together. This is pretty easy. Just pulsing it a couple times. Boom. Sorry for the noise, but that's what you gotta do to get this goodness. So here's...
Wow, that made a lot.
Here's the meat, yeah.
It's quite a bit.
Exactly. And as you can see, it kind of goes together like meat. See how it's like staying in one piece? It's sort of a nice texture.
And it tastes delicious.
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
I don't get any?
This is like one of your favorites. So
delicious.
Nut meat, done. Does it get any easier than this?
It does not.
So now, because you know me, I have to go all in. We can't just do chili and nut meat, but what else can we put on the top? So then I said, well, what can I do for my family here? And I made a couple really quick. I'm gonna make a raw sour cream. So just in case you love your chili with sour cream, I'm gonna make this. So this is a half a cup of cashews for the creaminess. It's a sour cream. And a half a cup of raw sunflower seeds. Again, this could be a cup of cashews if you want it super creamy, or you could use a cup of sunflower seeds. So for this, and for all of you, I'm using half and half. So that's a half and a half. A half of a lemon juice. The reason why you need the lemon is because sour cream has that bite to it, you know?
Absolutely.
These lemons that I got are beautiful. Look how it fits in.
Let me stand out the way.
Oh, yeah, I love splashing you. Am I guarding you, honey?
You didn't get me that time.
All right. So a half of a lemon juiced, which is perfect. And then I have 3/4 of a teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar.
The first time I tasted this,
yeah, he really loved it. He loved this
unbelievable
whole meal. I mean, I made this very early on.
But the sour cream, just
he was just a believer. So either a pinch of salt, if you're salt-free, a dash of tamari. You cannot taste the tamari and the things that I'm putting in. It just adds the salt component. That's it. That's going to be the sour cream. Shake it up a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. And here we go. Okay, so we had to come back because for some reason it got really thick on me. Ah, muscles, please. And so what I did is I added, I gotta be honest, I changed my recipes a lot. And I put so the juice of a whole lemon is what I put in here. And I added a 1/4 cup of water. So 1/4 to 1/3, just depending on what you need. And this is a really great consistency.
Yes, that's perfect.
Look how thick this is.
It's perfect.
Look how thick that is. So it's perfect, just like a sour cream. So that's really, really nice. So altered my recipe a little bit, but you know what? Don't ever worry because I will have it all links in the descriptions to the recipe. So now we have sour cream. And then the last thing, last but not least, and I couldn't help but do this for you. We are going to do a cheese sauce. That's a raw cheese sauce that is so good on this. It is so good. So, all right, he's rinsing off the lid for me. So thank you so much. In here we have a 1/2 cup of raw cashews. Let me repeat myself. You can use sunflower seeds if you like. 1 small zucchini. So that, and the reason why we're using the small zucchini is so that we don't have to use a whole cup of nuts. That's back to my trick again. 1 medium tomato. So nuts, zucchini, tomato in here. I am going to use, oh, here's my tray. I got everything together. I am going to use a 1/4 cup of water here. Okay. And then I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. I am going to use the juice of 1 lemon. Take cover, honey. Take cover. So this, I love this cheese sauce. I love it on almost anything. You got to try it.
Again, you know, it just really topped off the chili. I mean, the chili was amazing already, and then with the sour cream and a little cheese sauce, it just really topped it off and gave you that little extra. It's unbelievable.
1 whole clove of garlic in there. 1 teaspoon of what am I looking for?
Miso.
Miso. There you go. What's happening? I know, I'm getting old. 1 teaspoon of miso. I use 1 tablespoon of raw sesame seeds. I use the raw sesame seeds in place of, because this would be really good if you had like a sesame oil or something. So I just use raw sesame seeds. And then I use 1 teaspoon of onion powder, which I spilt some on this plate, but here's what we're gonna do.
I was trying to get a little bit out for you.
I know, he's so sweet. So that's it. And then if you want, you can put salt, a pinch of salt in here. You can put a zhuzh of tamari in here if you want, but I think we're good because we have the miso in here and it's probably enough for Terry and I.
So good.
But feel free. And then we are just going to zhuzh it up. Here we go. This is
alrighty.
Smooth creaminess, okay? Thank you for trying to help. Smooth.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness, so good.
This will get very, very thick in the refrigerator. So like I said, if you know, you can always just dab it in your food with a thing and with a spoon.
So it'll thicken up.
And then just mix it around. Or you can just add a little bit of water. It's great because then it stretches it and it makes it wonderful. So we have...
Do we get to taste?
Cheese sauce. We have sour cream. We have chili and we have meat. So here's what we are going to do. I'm going to set up a little thing here. And what we're going to do is we are going to taste it because you cannot miss out on this. So here's how I usually assemble it. Do what you like. If you want this to be a warm meal, no worries. Warm this up. It's delicious. Vegetables are delicious warm. Make it like this and warm it up. Also, you can serve this over a bed of rice, which would be divine. You can also serve this in a baked potato, which would be amazing and
Wow.
so filling. And that would make it more of a warm meal or a warm dinner. But don't be afraid to warm this up. You can warm it up if you like.
Right.
But anything that you warm for a raw diet that's over 118 degrees, it pulls all, not all, but some of the nutrients out. And that's why people try to eat. The people that want to eat raw, they want all the nutrients. But feel free to warm it up. I mean,
that's a great point, honey, because you're right. Once you heat food up over a certain temperature, it's taking all the nutrients and a lot of the minerals and things like that out. And that's one of the whole premises of eating raw vegan, is because you're getting all of the, living, foods and nutrients and minerals and vitamins and everything that comes with it. So
all the beautiful stuff.
Great point.
So I just put some meat on top, our nut meat, and then I'm going to drizzle some beautiful cheese on top of here.
Wow, that looks so good.
Oh, man.
That looks so good.
Beautiful cheese. And then we're going to put a dollop of sour cream on the top.
Boy, I can't wait to taste this.
Chili night. Check it out. Yummy. So let's dig in. And that didn't take much time. I mean,
Didn't take much time at all.
and don't forget my tips of how to make this a warm, whole food plant-based meal, because it's still just as nutritious.
Gotta get a little bit of
and
the
a little bit of sour cream, a little bit of the cheese, a little bit of meat, lots of the chili. Oh my gosh, I want this fresh corn.
Salud. Winner, winner.
So satisfying.
You keep talking, I'll eat.
So satisfying. I cannot tell you, right? The first night I made this for Terry, like he was saying, he was so impressed and happy. As he said, we're going to eat that raw or cold. And I did make him brown rice because I wanted him to add the brown rice to give him that warmth and sort of bulkness. He did not touch the brown rice.
Didn't touch it, didn't need to. It was so filling and so tasteful and just so many flavors. It was just delicious, unbelievable. So off the chart. You guys make this, I'm telling you, off the chart.
So
amazing.
Enjoy every raw meal I make for you. I will tell you how to make it a warm, whole food, plant-based, nutritious, delicious meal. So either raw or this. I mean, those are the two best, most amazing ways to eat.
Right.
So in case you don't want it raw, or your sweetie, or your children, or your friends, there's always ways to make everything so we can all eat together.
Exactly. If you like us, you like the video, like the video. If you like us, subscribe to our channel. So what an amazing, amazing meal tonight. So I'm glad we could share it with you guys.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Take care. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.